Hello, welcome to the Black Mind Podcast. My name is Jeff. Joining me, as always, somebody named Josh.
Yep. I love that shit talk we're having right now. It's real good.
It was amazing. Listener, you missed the best shit talk ever. Where me and Allan were talking.
Well, we were talking about how we learned how to drive a car, specifically how to learn how to drive stick shift. And holy shit, was it funny the way that Jeff described it.
You treat it like a hard-earned woman, I believe was your way, I said,
no.
It's a stick that comes out of the ground. You treat it like a fucking penis.
Yep. So,
ladies, when you're driving stick, you treat it like a man, but you don't treat it like a man that is very easygoing and will just fucking drop you all like off a side of road. You treat it like a man that's going to. You have to treat it like a man who's going to be very kind and general, caring person. You want to treat him like somebody who's going to get his ass riled by you later. That's how you treat it. That's how you drive a stick, ladies.
That's not how you drive a stick,
ladies. And then, man, you got to treat it like you would treat a nice lady. Take her out for dinner, and then later you ride her. This has gotten very sexual. Fuck.
Yeah, I was gonna make the comment of my dad taught me how to drive stick was okay. Treat it like you would treat a woman, gently but firmly, and yours is just whatever the fuck that was.
I don't know.
Whatever the hell that was. Freaking, it's a good thing that if I'm ever going to learn stick, I'm going to learn from more competent people, because my dad tried to teach stick to my brothers and sisters, and I talked to him about, how hard is it learning stick? And every single time they've said, don't learn it from dad. Don't learn it from dad. And I repeat, do not learn it from dad. It's just, he's not a very good teacher.
I hope your dad didn't hear that. He's going to be very sad.
I have the door closed and he's deaf, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Like, he's deaf as shit, so he's not going to hear whatever.
Anyways, we got on this topic because of the Toyota Supra, and I'm very sad about that. So we're going to make Jeff happy.
Oh?
We're going to talk about something.
Oh.
What do you guys want to talk about?
Blowjobs? I don't know. Want to talk about card games?
Sure. I'll listen to comment. You talk
Magic
about
finally
ramble on for 10 minutes about the new Magic set that's coming out.
Yeah, did Magic finally fix something? Did they fix the card stock?
No. Even fuck. You think they would, but no. It's something else entirely, because it's talking about the new, what's a set called? Dominaria set got super duper leaked as of like a couple of days ago.
I believe they changed some words around in it, and
it's, if honest, okay, so the one thing that there's a bunch of new stuff coming out from that new set, and like usually what they do with every new set is that they are like, hey, here's some changes, here's some new mechanics, and then hey, go hog wild. That's usually what they do with every new set that come out. But the dumb thing with this one set is that they changed the main mechanic of how you target a planeswalker. Because before, it was, if a card were target a player, you can redirect that to target a planeswalker. So stuff like a fire, or what was it, Thunderbolt, that does 3 damage to a target player, and that's all it does. You can say, okay, I target you, but then redirect to your planeswalker, and that would work, and you can get rid of the get rid of the counters on the Planeswalker and kill it, or just have it less counters or whatever. And that seemed to work just fine. It's a little bit confusing because no card explains that rule whatsoever. But at the same time, it's like, well, if you just talk to someone who plays the game, you kind of know that's the rule. That's kind of like an accepted rule. They've changed that up so that's cards like that are target. It's any target, not just a specific target that's a player or a Planeswalker. It's whatever the fuck. So it's gonna be kind of weird trying to play with those cards, and also they tried to air the older cards beforehand with that targeting mechanic, and it's just confusing as fuck. It's really confusing. Like, it's what cards count for this and what cards count for that. What if about this card that does these kind of things but not really? And it's just. They made there was an elegant solution that they already had, and they tried to fix it and thinking it's better. And I think they're going to backpedal super hard once the set comes out and start realizing how much of a terrible idea it was.
Isn't this often Magic's new like terribleness? Is like Magic will do something and it's like, Magic did something. It's terrible. It's literally
monkeys in suits over there, because it's like no one it doesn't feel like there's anyone there who's actively making thoughtful good decisions of what to do. Like, yeah, they put out some pretty decent cards and they're like, oh, you have fun with the sets and stuff like that, but it's not like there's some decisions that they do and you go, okay, so are these decisions for people who play in the card game, or is it for like your fucking wallet at the end of the day? Because it's like, it feels like you're looking for your wallet for a lot of it. I mean, that's at the end of the day, you need to feed people. You need to feed people's mouths and roofs to roofs to freaking throw money at, so you're not going to fall apart. But at the same time, it's like, fucking, like, what are you doing? Like, you're not, it feels like you're not a developer. You're not a game developer of any sorts at this point. It just feels like you're just ramming shit back and forth and hoping it works. It's like, no, that's not what you do. Like, fuck. It just feels like they need like a longer development cycle, or they just need to find smarter people to work at this fucking company. Because
can I just comment on this?
I will actually. No, I'm going to comment first for Jeff.
And then Allan can comment.
They need to actually hire competent staff members and not not go for diversity hires like they've been doing.
Or they need to hire people who are smarter, better, and more intelligent and passionate about the game in general.
And not somebody who's like,
I'll do this for, like, I'll do this. I'm a girl. I'm so nerdy. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
What have I done? All men are sexist. That's my general opinion of most people nowadays when they sit there and say, I'm such a nerd.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that I don't want to just rain blows down from the heavens. It's the fact that I want to rain blows down from the heavens.
Just, it comes down to the point of like, what are you doing? You're losing sight of what you're supposed to be doing. Like, it's keep your eyes on the goal. Now you're like, oh, we have to worry about these other little fringy things. Like, no. Keep your eyes on the goal. Don't veer away at all. Like, what the fuck?
I think that this is going to play into another topic and stuff like that. It's like a lot of the people there have lost sight of the goal.
Yeah.
And it's because they don't understand that, like, maybe some of the new hires, this is like the Marvel problem and stuff like that, is they don't understand that in order to have a successful business, you can't focus on politics.
Yep.
And that's the thing about this show is like, it's like this show is like a break for us and stuff like that, me and Allan in particular, because we're just shooting the shit and stuff like that. But like, keep in mind that like our game is not going to have political things in it.
Oh, it's gonna have just weird dumb shit.
It's gonna have a lot of dicks and
just hilarious things in it, really. rudeness. Like rudeness
People are
that
going
is
to be
just,
mad.
I want subtle rudeness, not rudeness in your face. Subtle rudeness.
You don't want to like all of a sudden like give a girl an item and then all of a sudden end up in her bedroom.
Exactly. It'd be like, no, wait, make it so that you walk past a room. There's suggestive ideas, but you don't know quite
I
yet.
personally would like the joke of you give a girl a boss an item and then you end up watching Netflixing and actually chilling it, and it's just you smoking a joint. And her sitting across the couch, like smoking a joint too. That's kind of the joke I want.
You just want a separate boss ending, so where the boss is like, "Well, I'm way too high to do anything, so I'm just gonna sit here."
You give her alcohol. She's like, you give her like some good scotch, or him or her good scotch, and then like, oh shit, I got to use the proper pronouns. You give them proper old scotch, good scotch, and then. Neither here nor there, you both end up watching a good nature documentary about the pink flamingo while being high on edibles. I don't see the problem in that.
Oh God, the pink flamingo movie is so out there.
You mean the Pink Panther movie?
No, there's a movie called Pink Flamingo. Yeah,
oh,
and it's
fuck, did I just make a oh shit.
It's out there. Oh boy.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
I gotta. Sorry, I'm a little tired because I've been just busy all day. But no, I agree. I just like Wizards getting really, really. Oh, they're going down the rabbit hole in a way that I don't want to follow. And I play D&D.
I think they're. Yeah, actually, where are they located on the world now? They moved, didn't they?
I think they're in Cali.
Like, yeah, see, they need to get out of there and go to, like, Ohio.
Yeah.
Like, I think the culture there is just not good anymore. You need to get out. Just get the fuck out. Like, oh, God.
Yeah. It's
like... the culture at one point was good, and now, oh no.
It's like the culture of Alberta.
Except the culture of Alberta is actually reasonable because it looks at you and goes, "Okay, I hate to break it to you, but you actually have to work for your shit."
Yep. It's like, hey, can you do the job? Yes. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, good. Yeah, you get money. So we should move on.
Yeah. I mean, new cards I'm happy for, but God, what the company's doing, I don't know.
I mean, Josh, on a scale of 1 to 10, is this like boiling your balls off and like
I have a feeling that they're gonna backpedal super fucking hard, and it's gonna make me roll my eyes and go, "What are you guys doing?"
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Like there's other people on YouTube too that are complaining of like, what are you guys doing? It's just you guys are kind of fucking up a lot as of late. Just what like you make cards. It's not hard to do, but it's like I hope you sell your company because man, you need a fresh start.
So it's probably something where like. It's going to be something where as soon as like they get the people who are in charge get extradited, knowing Hasbro, they're not going to say a word.
Hasbro looks at Wizards of the Coast and puts their hands up and go, "What do you want us to do? We're not. We own the company, but we don't do. We are not involved with a lot of this bullshit."
I think the problem is that Like, I think it's a multifaceted problem. Personally, in my opinion, it's what they need is they need something like they need to start hiring people who are passionate, and then they need to start making a point of saying, you're not allowed to do this stuff all the time, or you're not allowed to. Like, they need to do some things. Like, I don't understand why Unslaved Media is not, like, a part of that company in some way, shape, or form.
There's, like, well, if anything, it sounds like the Wizards of the Coast just doesn't necessarily have an ear to the ground to like, oh, this is what the secondary market is doing. Oh, this is what the community of people who play Modern are doing. Oh, this is what the community of EDH are doing. Oh, this is what the people who play Constructed are doing. It's like they're not listening, or if they are, they're doing a terrible job. And if anything, it's communication is probably like the biggest failing point right now, and it's showing. It's just bad communication. Anyway, let's talk about something else that's way more fun.
We could talk about Smash 5.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I saw the memes for that game before I saw the trailer, and then I went and watched the trailer. I'm like, that's a really good announcement trailer, and then I stopped and I realized, but that is just a straight up
it's an amazing trailer.
That trailer is actually pretty fun because like it looks like a Splatoon like DLC trailer, like where the two Squid Kids are just gunning around, machine gunning each other and stuff like that, dodging and weaving, and then like the music just cuts off. It's not even like a slow turn down. It just and it's just like. And it's just like the kid turns around and it's just like, what the fuck is going on here? This game just gets so like, oh.
To be fair, like, I'm pretty sure like everyone had the same reaction when it was announced. Like, I literally was sitting there like just working, and then all of a sudden, like, host of the show, Adrian, started posting things, and it was literally the Squid Kid, literally just like looking at the wall, seeing the Smash logo. And then it would just got better and better and better. And he's like, you should watch this. And I'm like, okay, watch it. And it's like amazing.
Yeah, I think that the funniest part about that meme is just the feeling of the reveal that the Squid Kids are going to be in Smash is like, no, it's not fun like how the villager got invited. No, it's for real shit. Hope you die.
Yeah.
It's like holy shit! The tone of this is so hardcore, like so hardcore.
It went from like 1 to 20 in like the span of like 30 seconds, and I'm like, oh. I
hope you get.
I hope you have.
Oh, you got paint guns? Yep. You got paint guns? I got a gorilla and a fucking dude with a sword. Which one? 5 of them.
All I gotta say is that, like, it's going to be this game made me want to buy a Switch even more now. So,
like, I know, I'm gonna have to buy a Switch because we're getting Pokemon for the Switch. Like, they've all been confirmed that at this point.
I mean, you're gonna have to buy a Switch for multiple reasons, Allan.
Well, yeah, I have to buy a Switch for multiple reasons. That being Smash.
I have to buy a Switch too.
One of them being now.
It's going to be a vlog of us buying a Switch. There's going to be a vlog of us going to a store and buying multiple Switches. And it's going to be tragic, but hilarious.
Also from the same announcement, a Nintendo Direct, like that shit happened, but from the same Direct, Dark Souls is finally getting an amiibo. And it's fucking Solaire.
What?
Praise the sun.
Can you link me this?
It's fucking real.
Link me. I want to see this because I'm playing Dark Souls right now. And as much as I like Solaire, I would rather Tarkus, but I can understand why it's Solaire because praise the fucking sun, boys.
Hold on, I'm misspelling Solaire, but I mean, if you were to look up Dark Souls amiibo, it's like the first thing.
Dark Souls. Oh my god, it's the third thing in my search thing. Oh god. It is. And it's a thing.
And guess how you know how much, but you know the one thing that sucks though, it's a EB Games exclusive.
I am okay with this.
Yeah, I know people are like hemorrhaging at the thought of that right now, and they're like, ugh,
oh my vagina.
It is not the worst thing in the world because holy shit, no, really, praise the sun. It's what the Solar of Astora amiibo does.
Like funny thing is, it's like, yeah, you map this to a button or you buy a $15 amiibo. It's like, I don't know, I kind of want the amiibo that does this dumb thing.
I wouldn't even want amiibo to do the dumb thing. I just want the amiibo.
Oh yeah, and in fact, there's a lot of stories also pouring out that like, oh, as soon as the pre-releases were showing up, it was gone within an hour. All of them gone. Mm-hmm. It's like I don't think they could print enough of these fucking things. It's like God. Like, am I gonna see one in real life? Probably not. Am I gonna have to order one through fucking Amazon? Probably.
Oh, without a doubt. Like it's gonna suck that we're gonna have to order that through Amazon.
Oh well, it's going to be really funny.
But yeah, like that's one of the other big drops from the
they've
fucking
also
Nintendo
they've also
Direct.
announced the new Splatoon 2's big DLC, which is the Octo Kid DLC, where you play as an Octo Kid going through a campaign and stuff like that. And I'm like, cool. That's actually pretty cool.
And you know the references to both of the what was the new singers' names? They're not. What are the black chick and the Pearl?
I don't know.
Anyway, they were both referencing hip hop rappers, and one was Biggie, and another one was Tupac. Apparently, it was actually a pretty good reference.
Oh, really? Oh my God!
It's pretty good. Because one was wearing a crown and was wearing like about the same setup that Biggie would wear, and the other chick was wearing the headband, the forward tie on the forehead, and like about the same setup that Tupac would wear. It's like wait, are you referencing Tupac and Biggie?
Yup. Oh my God.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's real good.
No, what I giggle. I had to giggle when I was like, again, as I said, I saw the memes for fucking Smash Bros, the Super Smash Bros trailer, the memes first, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I just like, okay, what's going on? So I just looked up new Nintendo stuff, and I saw the Smash Bros trailer. I was like, Jesus Christ, that is a great trailer. But like one of the memes I saw was
International Women's Day versus one flaming boy. Was it this one? Was it the one I just posted? An entire day dedicated to empowering women.
I haven't seen
one flaming boy who would win.
I saw that one. I saw that one today. No, the one that I saw was people were put a picture up, and I didn't realize that at the time that Solar was getting a fucking amiibo, but you could see in the background, like in the flame, you could see just Solar doing the praise the sun emote in the background, and I was like, Jesus Christ, Dark Souls ruins everything, but it's great.
I love Dark Souls. Dark Souls is the best. He says half sarcastically.
So you want to see another awesome video I found on YouTube here? Just a sec. So there's a lot of compilation videos of this, but so when they drop, they're showing the Nintendo Direct at the same time. There's people in New York headquarters, like the New York store of Nintendo. They're also showing the Direct there too, and of course there's fucking every YouTuber imaginable in that fucking store, and they're all watching the trailer and stuff. And and when they drop that, the fucking the Squid Kids are going to be the fucking fighters in the next Smash Bros. Everyone's freaking the fuck out, and of course it's nothing but fucking bro YouTubers, so it's just these fucking grown people just going
screaming
in a fucking store. So it's like, this is great. This is almost panic. I'm gonna
list this real quick.
It's fucking funny. It's so funny. Oh. And they're just running around and going like, yeah, that's fucking cool. It's like, I hope security is on the lockdown for this, because Jesus.
I mean, that is probably, I mean, that was the highlight of the day, right? Like, can we just like, sit there and agree that Smash, like, that was the highlight?
Yeah, I think that was one of the bigger highlights.
Okay. I don't know. I'm just excited, and the trailer looks pretty epic. I think that we need to get like a Smash guy in here.
Dude. Wow, this announcement is just wow.
Yeah, you can see all the bros in there going like, "Rah!"
Oh my
and I'm
God.
like, I sure hope the store people are not like getting trampled or punched or something. Like, what the fuck?
I think most people would. I like the girl in the background who's crying. She's crying tears, and then
like,
there's
oh my
the
God.
guy. Oh my God!
second coming of Jesus. Thank God.
Well, it is. I mean,
For them,
let's be
for them it
honest. An entire day dedicated to women was saved by Smash Bros. Being announced.
Oh God, we're not going to talk
I can't
about. We're
point
not.
this out enough that like Nintendo basically trolled everything because that entire day to me is like Virtue Signal Day.
It's actually kind of the reason why I just ignore Women's Day.
I just tried to stay off social media. It failed epically.
Oh no! Okay, we're gonna talk real quick. If we're gonna talk about Women's Day, I linked Jeff an image just now, in a private chat, and it's
signs that we're going to hell, and
no. It's the question is a picture of Simba and Mufasa, and the comment from Simba is, "Dad, why is Men's Day not as famous as Women's Day?" And Mufasa responds with, "Because men's achievements can't be celebrated in a single day, son." I was like, "Yo, dude." I was just like, oh. I've been on a very, very interesting emotional roller coaster with like social media and politics this week. And
did you have to deal with somebody?
No, I didn't.
You want to talk about?
No.
Did she touch you in the bad place?
No. Like the interesting roller coaster I went through is, and we're gonna talk. I guess we're gonna talk about this now. Is Sargon of Akkad's adventure with Antifa, England arresting some free speech advocates, people getting attacked in the streets, shit going down in South Africa, and fun shit like that. Josh, you can now just go take a nap.
Wow, I feel tired.
So we're gonna start with.
It's amazing. He does it on the command now. It's really good.
So we're gonna start with Sargon of Akkad versus Antifa. So Sargon of Akkad was trying to give a speech at London's King's College, and Antifa stormed the stage. And
I saw that.
Oh, dude, I'm so happy that it happened too, because like none of the guys in the room with Sargon. Like there was only I think 30 or 40 people in the room with him. And Antifa, of course, tries to storm the stage. And so, like, the first two rows of the people who were there to watch Sargon get up, grab Antifa, and just start pushing them out of the room like he is here. He paid for this venue. Get out. And they're like, and like, they pulled the fire alarm. That's the reason why, like, the seminar didn't continue, is because they're like, we're actually worried that there might be a fire. But, like, Sargon of Akkad stole an Antifa flag and is now hanging in the background of all of his videos, like, when he has his, like, live videos. So he's got it hanging up in the background, and beside it he's got the Kekistan flag raised over it. And I'm like, this is great. Like, and the thing is, like, Antifa is just like proven to me that like they are just
crazies.
They're just retarded.
They are,
and they're like they have no point in the world no more. They are literally fascists, and it's kind of funny. But but they did go after like they went after Christina Hofsummer as well, that was a fun one too. Apparently, like, she was just giving the seminar and they showed up and they lined up against one of the walls and just started speaking over her, and she just let them finish, and then security escorted them out, and she just kept going, and it's like, oh wow, look at that. They attempted to shut down Richard Spencer. And they kind of did. That's
one I agree with, because Richard Spencer's kind of a fucking piece of shit.
Time out, real quick. Remember what we do you, Jeff? Do you agree with free speech?
Yes, but that's the thing. It's like
stop.
No, let me finish.
Right,
let me explain myself.
You don't get to explain yourself. If you agree with free speech, he has the right to express his opinion to be out without being molested.
I agree with that.
So don't turn around and go, but there are caveats to that. Don't say that, because that's when we get speech laws, and when we don't, and then we can't say what we want to say. That's the reason why.
But the reason why I would be against Richard Spencer speaking is the fact that, like, there is an easier way to deal with Richard Spencer speaking.
No,
and it's called simply not listening.
Yeah, he had 12 people show up.
Exactly.
Shows how popular he is.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And that's the reason why I say, like, no, let him speak. let people speak.
The only reason why I'm okay with Richard Spencer getting molested by Antifa is because it shows to me who the idiots are and exploits. And quite frankly, both sides to me can go fuck off and die.
I would never say that. He has Richard Spencer has all the same rights as I do to speak his mind, just as much as you do, just as much as Josh does, just as much as I do. And the moment you say Richard can't speak, and I do agree with Antifa attacking them, that's when like.
No, you're 100% correct.
And again, that's I'm not trying to be like mean about that. I'm just actually like I don't agree with people turning around. It's like, no, X person shouldn't be allowed to speak because they say some pretty nasty things. Like, well, yeah, but you need to allow it because then you can actually like allow your society to like challenge these ideas and defeat them with their own like texts and words. Because if you can do that, then you allow for your society to grow and develop.
Yeah, and the main reason why I say it's okay to me that Richard Spencer got molested and stuff like that is because it proves to me that, like, how do I phrase this and explain my point of view? Richard Spencer, well, okay, I'm okay with, like, Antifa doing the things that Antifa is doing in a nominal sense as long as police are cracking down on them. Because to me, what that does is that when they pose a public threat, they're allowed to express their opinion as well as other people. The problem with Antifa is that they are a lightning rod to most situations.
No.
Yes, they do. Yes, they are.
They are not. They are.
If they sit there and they didn't like storm stages and stuff like that, Sargon would have never gotten as much attention as he just did.
No, that's the thing.
That's exactly the problem.
No, but no. Okay, no. The reason why to say that Antifa is a lightning rod. Antifa is a lightning rod in the sense that they bring the public eye towards topics. I will agree with you.
Exactly.
I will agree with you there. But I hate Antifa in every sense of the word because they are anti-free speech and all these things. Because
they're communist.
Of course, they're
authoritarians.
We're not going to talk about the communist thing. I got enough ranting about that in a little bit. But but the thing is like you allow the people to speak. If they say something dumb and they're just not heard because they have such a small crowd, well, surprise, then their opinion isn't going to be listened to because you're you bring attention to things that you really shouldn't be bringing attention to. Like,
and that's
no, I don't agree with that. That's the reason why is like just let them speak. If people hear them, like I didn't even know about Richard Spencer up until like the riots happened in Washington D.C.
Exactly,
and now he's everywhere for me, and it's kind of frustrating because I don't like hearing about him.
And that's the thing. It's like I'm okay with him. I'm not okay with Richard Spencer being so prominent in the public eye and stuff like that. I agree with you in that sentiment. But like at certain points, it's like if people are walking around with Nazi armbands, I'm sorry, but you know what? After a certain point in time, I'm okay with you getting punched in the face.
Nope. I disagree. For two reasons. One. Okay. The walking around the Nazi symbols. Well, okay, it's illegal in Germany. They have no problem.
Hate speech laws against it, and we should not be doing that.
No, and that's the problem. Is if you say that is like you're walking around with Nazi armbands on, you believe that you should get punched in the face. Well, that's the same thing as a speech law. That's what that is. Is your political opinion?
Yes.
Your political opinion is not worth the words is what you're saying, and through that context of that statement is, well, if you're trying to shut me down from speaking or spreading my opinions on stuff, well, surprise, surprise, that means my opinion actually might hold some merit behind it. And that's what you got to remember. Anytime throughout history when people actually try to shut down anybody talking about stuff, like a good example, Leonardo da Vinci, Copernicus, like all these like if you look back at history and look at people who are like shut down from speaking because people didn't agree with them, or like, and all that stuff, they became more and more prominent over time. Mm-hmm. And since now, and like, to point at like Nazis and say, no, you don't even deserve to have your opinions voiced. You should just get punched because you're a Nazi. Well, no, that's not how that works, because you're validating their opinion very easily. The other reason why is the Nazi Nazi and fascist like political points of view. If I hate to break it to you, Billy, if you can defeat him with words very easily.
Oh yeah.
And if you're resorting to violence to shut someone down, no, you as a person have just
you're just as bad as them.
No, you are worse than them, because most of those people who are just walking around with Nazi armbands and stuff like that on, they're not doing anything wrong. They're expressing their opinion.
Yeah.
And you walk up and you hit them. Well, you're suddenly worse than Nazis. What does that say?
Well, it does say a lot, and like I understand your opinion and stuff like that, but the reason why, like, it's something where, like, to me, it's like it hits a little bit closer to. It's like people like that to me just don't. How do I phrase this? People like that to me are worth words and stuff like that, but at some point in time, it's like, okay, I don't want to deal with your shit anymore,
and then you just ignore them.
Well.
You say it yourself.
That is the best thing I could do.
You said it yourself right beforehand, and that's the reason why that's the reason why I really jumped on you for that, because like I understand I understand what you're trying to say by like, no, they deserve to get punched. You know what? I can agree with that. If the Nazi has caused violence, yes, they deserve to be punched. But if they're just walking around with a Nazi armband on, well, I'm going to look at them and go, well, they're a Nazi. Well,
they're a fucking idiot.
They're a fucking loser, and then just walk on. I've seen a Nazi in Edmonton once. It's actually it was funny for me because I saw it. I giggled and I'm like, wow, look at this loser, and then walked away because I know my history. You lost, and you lost hard.
People like that, just like, but the other thing I'm going to say is like people like Richard Spencer, like. I'm going to praise Philip DeFranco here and stuff like that. When Philip DeFranco covers him, he always sits there and says, I don't want to give words to this garbage human being and stuff like that, but he can go fuck himself.
Well, yeah, no, like, yeah, that's the thing is defeat. Like again, that's the reason why I like listening to Sargon when he debated with Richard Spencer
and destroyed him.
He ripped him to shreds, and that's the reason why I'm like, nope. If you are going to talk to them, here's my opinion. I want to hear your statements on it, and then I'm going to rip your opinion apart. And the moment you do that, you win. But again, yeah, Sargon beat Antifa's ass, and Christina Hoffsummer. Like again, it's just pointing out things that like people need to suddenly realize is like, no, these people are actually like, you know, the good guys here. But in England, they arrested some people today. And it was because they were free speech advocates and bringing up topics of like, hey, so there's these Muslim rape gangs and da-da-da-da, and apparently the police broke down their house and stuff like that, and like arrested them and stuff like that. It's just like, what the fuck? Like to the point where even I'm just like,
society's coming apart at the seams.
And I'll see if I can find the pit. I'll see if I can find the person's name and stuff like that. But I can't help but just stare at it. Martin Sellner and Brittany Pettibone detained. Tommy Robinson, Lucy Brown attacked by Antifa, and Britain First leaders jailed for opposing Muslim rapists. That's what just happened here in England this week past. So again, that's kind of the reason why I'm like, free speech, people. And yeah, it's just gotten to the point where I'm like, I'm done with a lot of dumb bullshit with the world. I'm also done with South Africa. They can get the fuck out of my Commonwealth.
Oh, South Africa with the black Adolf Hitler? I'm not saying that we have to kill whites yet. I'm saying that eventually we're going to have to kill whites.
We're going to seize the land from white farmers.
That's didn't that go badly for Zimbabwe? Yes, it did. Oh shit!
And again, I look at it and I go, England, kick them out of the Commonwealth now because they are like beyond reproach at this point. They are the worst country in the world right now.
Whatever situation happened in South Africa, like this is not like a bad. Well, actually, no. It's a very bad sign. But anyone after Mandela was never going to be as good as him.
Mandela was just as bad.
Did he take farms from white farmers?
You got to realize, like, even though he got rid of like apartheid and all that stuff, he was like the one who started. Like, I think I'd have to check my history on that one because I think it was him or the next president or the president after him who set the base land work for this to start happening. Like, it's one of the, like, I'm not 100% sure, and that's the reason why I look at it and go like, I
think that, but like, here's the thing: is like Mandela was a lot of things. We'll say that, but he was also like very. You cannot look at him in a well, actually, no, you can totally look at him in a negative light and stuff like that because some of his policies, and I haven't lived there and stuff like that. And actually, one of the former hosts on the show, Adrian, for people who don't know, actually was a South African immigrant, I believe. But a lot of the issues that like happened in that country and stuff like that, you can kind of point to and see the problems very upfront. Now, when you have a guy who's literally suggesting that, like, we're just going to take the land, it's like, no, that's not good. In my understanding, let me finish.
No, go for it.
My understanding was like for a long time they would pay the farmer, and so the farmer would just sit there and go like, well, give me market value, and I'll agree, or we'll go to court, and then we'll see what I get in court and stuff like that. That's not the worst thing in the world because at least the farmer's getting something out of it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that.
Here's money.
Yeah, you can take my land.
Like, for example,
pay me for it.
Give me money for my land. No, like the problem I have with this is like we're just going to take it. It's like, okay. And what are you going to do with the land? Well, we're going to give it to other people. Okay. You realize that this happened in Zimbabwe.
They don't care about
the white farmer might be the best farmer for the job. Unfortunately, what you should do is, and this is something that I think is like hindsight's 2020 and stuff like that, is like what you should do is you should make it a mandatory thing that like train black farmers in the way to work the land, train black people on how to be successful with farming and stuff like that. Because keep in mind that there's going to be a lot of people now who have no land and stuff like that, and they're basically going to be forced to either pick up work at another farm or they're going to do something else. Training should be the priority, and then giving them land.
The thing is, this has been a long time coming. Actually, like it has been. But the problem is. I'm actually to the point with South Africa, and actually even like I hate myself because like I don't believe Canada should be getting involved in other country affairs without like a very goddamn good reason. Like I'm actually getting to the point where it's like no, we should focus on ourselves. We shouldn't be taking refugees from countries other than like other than our next door neighbors or like immediate trading partners, because
we shouldn't even be taking refugees from our next door neighbors.
Well, no, okay, if they're
Mexico only excludes like maybe 50%, but whatever.
No. I say refugees for a very specific reason because the Geneva Convention actually has a stipulation of if the nearest countries to you, if they're in a crisis and there are refugees, the nearest country who's in the Geneva Convention, who is also shares a border with them, has to take them.
Yes.
And that's the Geneva Convention's wording, and that's the reason why I don't agree with us taking refugees / immigrants at this point for no reason other than like they just say we need asylum. It's like, well, no, you can go to Turkey. You can go to
this place.
You can go this place, and stuff like that.
Actually, you want to know something really funny?
But, no, I'm not done.
And really sad.
I'm not done. I'm not
when you're done.
No, I'm not. I'm not done about the South Africa thing.
I said when you're done, I'll tell you.
But the thing with South Africa is that I look at it and I go, well, here's the situation now, South Africa, and I look at it and go, cool. I kind of want to start a Canadian empire, starting with like South Africa and Venezuela, and reinstating democracy and actual laws into these countries. Like, I'm at that point with these countries.
It would never happen.
I know, but
it's sad because in some ways that like that would be a good thing. But like the problem with like South Africa right now is that like it's going to take actual fucking murder to bring the world to go like, oh shit, maybe we should do something.
The thing that's already happening down there?
Genocide, murder?
Yeah, that's already happening down there. Like I hate to break it to you, but like a woman who went down there to talk to white farmers who were getting attacked and beaten up got pulled to the side, sent out a tweet, and we haven't heard anything from her since.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, that's the reason why I'm like, no, we should probably be stepping in. Oh, and do you know?
Hopefully
Did you know that?
This is not another Rwanda. Hopefully.
Do you want to know what's going on in Venezuela? Venezuela, they've made it illegal to mark down as babies as like the death of infants as death by starvation.
I wouldn't. Venezuela's.
That's the reason why. Like, I'm at the point where like, no, we should start a Canadian empire at this point and just fucking conquer like 4 nations that need to get fucking shit sorted.
It would never end well. It would never look well for anyone.
No.
And Trudeau right now is
he's such a cuck that it doesn't matter. But
no.
Yeah.
Yes. Kinda.
No, he is.
He's a fucking idiot.
He's a loser. Anyways,
why did anyone ever vote for him?
We need to get off this topic so we can get Josh back in this conversation because like.
Well, let me tell you the funny thing about the immigration and stuff like that. So Canada actually has such a bad economy and stuff like that right now that 90% of the Syrian immigrants actually couldn't find a job, so they went back.
Yep.
You tell me how fucking successful of a country we are when 90% of the fucking immigrants that we voluntarily took in
went back home.
Went back.
Yeah, no, that's because Trudeau, because our prime minister is a
idiot, and he thought the budget would balance itself instead of actually promoting things, and he didn't promote proper things.
Well, it's not even that. It's just he's a school teacher. He doesn't understand economics.
Yeah,
he's not a lawyer. He's not like an economicist. He's just. Gender must play a role in everything. No, it doesn't. Fuck off. We need to get off. We need to get off Trudeau right now because I am.
Okay,
that is a great. Like, I'm about to go frothing rage on him.
Can we talk about something else? Like
Josh, get in here.
Josh.
Oh man, I had a dream about Smash Bros. Smashing.
Do we want to talk about something really hilarious where video games are violent according to the right and Fox News and people like that?
If it's not about sex simulators, then I don't care.
Apparently, sex simulators are very violent, Josh.
What the fuck? What?
Mass hypocrisy.
You don't get it? It's basically Fox News saying Mass Effect 2. No, Mass Effect 1. Yeah, it's a sex box. It's like, you can have sex with all these characters.
You can have sex with people.
And basically, the guy that they had on for the interview was like,
Jeff Keighley.
No,
just
you
sat there and was
saw
like,
any
no.
nudity.
And then he goes like, did you play the game? And the person there, of course, is a girl who goes, no, I never played the video game. Why would I play it? And he goes,
play the video game.
And it's like everyone instantly reviewed her book and goes like, yeah, I didn't read it, but it's terrible. That was the best
I'm pretty
moment.
Sure I think anyone who read the book will go through the first 2 pages and go, fuck this, wow.
No, my favorite thing was the fact that I saw that. I saw like a lot of these posts about like the video games thing. And you know what? The thing is I saw Trump make his comment about video games, and you know what? I'm not mad about Trump because Trump had to sit down and take a stance, and no matter whatever stance he took, he was gonna be fucking demonized for. So he took the one that he knew people were gonna like. Certain people were gonna hate him for it, and other people were gonna hate him for it. But like, I think he took it just because like he's like, video games are bad. They cause this, and I don't think he actually believes it. But at the same time, I don't know.
I think the problem is that he's such an old person that to him he believes, honestly, generally thinks that way. But it's very difficult in order to conduct a study where you see if video games actually contribute to people killing one another and stuff like that. For certain people, it does, and stuff like that. Like, it does cause violence to grow and stuff like that. But the problem with making a blanket statement is going to be something along the lines of, if you make a blanket statement, then it's going to result in terrible things. I think the problem right now is that I personally have is that, like, we're watching this happen and it's like, man, this is really tragic and stupid and dumb. And then you see like, oh, here's why it's tragic and stupid and dumb. And then we're seeing the same scenario play out again and again and again and again and again. Like, this is the same thing that happened in 2012 and 2014 and 2015. And the thing that really strikes me off kilter and stuff like that is all of the mass fucking hypocriticism that's going on right now.
Yeah.
It
just really goes to show that, you know, news reports coming from the States kind of don't do news anymore.
Why is Polygon they're saying video games are violent?
Here's the thing about here's another funny thing about me is I wouldn't even just say that just the States. I'd say like most mainstream media are just completely untrustworthy. Like so you remember when like Twitter was coming out the new Twitter guidelines and stuff like that, and like
everyone was thinking it's the apocalypse. Yeah.
They made a comment about like, well, the new Twitter line guidelines are out and they're getting rid of all these things and they're banning all these people, but there's some this person's still up on this page because he still has it's okay to be white being and they even comments like the racist comment of it's okay to be white. I'm like, what the fuck? And yeah, I don't know what's going on with Google anymore or global or. Yeah, we're 19 is it 1979 or 1989?
1984.
1984. Yeah. We're about to go into like some Orwellian shit here in a minute, and oh boy.
It's stuff like
I really think it's going to be 1984, but it's so much info in your face to the point of like, I'm just going to shut everything down in front of me because, oh God.
Well, it's like, it's not even 1984. It's like, because 1984 was like government telling you what to do. Government taking you and beating the shit out of you and interrogating you and making you say,
no, it wasn't.
Oh, I hold 2 fingers up. How many fingers do you see? I see 3.
No, that's the thing is
it's not going to be the government, man.
Well, no, it is the government because we can see it here up here in Canada with the implied speech laws of Bill C-16.
Bill C-16 is going to be revoked as soon as the conservative government gets in, man.
Yeah, oh, I know.
Dude,
there are going to be a lot of laws that are going to be fucking tossed immediately out.
Andrew Scheer, if Andrew Scheer becomes Prime Minister of Canada, it's going to be fucking hilarious. Because, oh my God, Max Bernier should have won. Because Max Bernier is actually a libertarian and kind of conservative.
I'd rather have a proper conservative in office because the more you talk about
Max Bernier.
No. The thing is the more I hear about Max Bernier and the more I look at him, I'm like, no, I don't think because I know for a fact that I'm voting conservative this time around. Like last time we had the election, I wasn't sure if I was voting NDP because at the time I was on an NDP kick because like they actually had before when they had Jack Layton, they were pretty solid. But like I was like, well, I'll take a look at how the election's going to go. But the thing is,
summarize for listeners, Jack Layton was the best candidate
they know who
ever
Jack Layton is
of all time, who could have beat Harper, but didn't.
But no.
Died of cancer.
The thing is the more I look at him, and like the more you're like, this guy's a good guy. I look at him and I go, no, he really isn't. I think he's okay. He's not as good as the guy we've got now.
Max Bernier?
I hate Max Bernier. I don't
kind of like Max Bernier.
I don't mind him, but I don't think he's prime minister material.
I think that, I think none of our candidates are prime minister material, if I'm honest. I mean...
No. Here's the difference. The one that we currently have for the Conservative Party of Canada as our, running for prime minister when the next election comes around, he is the most prime minister worth, in my opinion. Max Bernier is a second to him, but he's like a distant second to me.
I think that the problem is that it comes down to political opinion right now and stuff like that. And it's like the election, no matter what happens and stuff like that, I don't think Trudeau is going to win.
No.
And the reason why I think Max Bernier is the best candidate and stuff like that is because he's the one who aligns with most of my political views. Personally. Personally. Aligns with most of my political views.
I can see
Max
that.
Bernier is the candidate who me and my conservative friend, who we should have on the show one day or just do a special episode with him, was the candidate who actually made him go see libertarian values and stuff like that. And he was a hardcore conservative. And Max Bernier also was the candidate who, when me and him were discussing, things and stuff like that, he goes, man, that's actually a really good point and stuff like that. And it's yes, because it is a good point. Either way that you look at it, anyone's better than Trudeau right now.
Everyone's better than Trudeau.
Because Trudeau is the feminist identitarian politics thing. And you can look at some of his MPs' statements on Twitter and laugh your head off because they're just so stupid. It's something but back to the topic at hand. I don't think that video games are violent.
No.
And I think most of the people in this room don't think video games are violent. So why is Ben Kuchera now coming out in defense of video games after he stated after the Oregon shooting that video games aren't violent? Why is Anita Sarkeesian saying that?
Anita Sarkeesian's opinion about fucking video games
doesn't matter.
Don't matter. A lot of Zoe Quinn, Anita Sarkeesian, and any of those from that bullshit fucking scandal are just retarded.
It's. I'm going to say something, and people are going to disagree with me with this. This isn't a game. And the fact that these people, I swear to God, think it's a game, time and time again, proves to me that, you know what, maybe they don't belong in the conversation as much as they are.
No, not gonna agree with that.
And it's disappointing to me that they're fucking jumping on a bandwagon because Trump, of all things, sat there and said, yeah, video games are violent. It's no, fucking keep your opinion to yourself.
If anything, there was some news report I remember reading saying was it 60% of shooters or 60 or 70% of shooters don't play video games at all. In fact, they probably hate video games in general.
I listened to Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson was talking about, recently read from his book about what school shooters are actually about, where what a lot of people fail to realize about school shooters is people who shoot up schools or shoot up office buildings and stuff like that is they aren't looking for a reason to cause violence. They are just so cynical and so they have such a hatred for the world that it doesn't matter. It's not caused by anything. It's just they are like I can't exactly put it into like the elegancy of saying this, but like they are so mad that they believe that no one is innocent, even those who have done nothing to wrong them. And they just take the vengeance out on the world. And that's the thing, is that's what a lot of people fail to realize about school shooters. They were going to do it regardless of where the reason why. It's that's how it's going to be.
Concerned.
No, it should make you concerned, because like these people need professional help, but they never get it. And then we put the blame elsewhere. And again, he talks about it like at great length in his video, and I'll link it to like YouTube if you guys want it after. But like he points out like the reason why school shooters are so like violent and so destructive when they go through their rampages, and why they're so like adamant about death, is like they want to go out in a blaze of glory and they don't care who they're taking with them. And that's the thing, is most school shooters are.
Yeah, that can make sense to me. The thing that gets me is like, and I'm sorry for taking the wind out of your sails if I'm doing this, is like the thing that gets me is like a lot of those people, some of those people are even on antidepressants and stuff like that.
No, I understand what you mean.
Yeah, and so it's like to me that means that like the system is trying. It's trying and failing. And
I wouldn't even say the system. I wouldn't even say. Well, that's the thing about antidepressants. Antidepressants don't really work. Well, they get you functioning. That's the thing for antidepressants. They get you functioning. They don't make you happy. They don't make you like pleasant and stuff like that. They get you working. That's the point of antidepressants. And I hate when people try to argue against antidepressants because like, oh well, they don't actually do anything for you. It's like, no, they get you functioning. Depression is like body stopping,
debilitating issue. Yeah,
and it stops you. You cease to function when you like go through depression. Yeah. And on top of that, it has to be proper depression. Like you have to be clinically diagnosed with depression, not self-diagnosed like some people.
Yeah.
And
anyways,
we're gonna get off We're gonna get off these dour topics.
Hey, this is the middle part of the show, so now we're going to talk about happy topics. Josh, you played Fortnite.
Yay! Happy topics!
You played with me, and
I don't know if Fortnite's a good time though.
He played with me and Noah, and it was great.
It was actually a pretty decent time when we played, and I also played some separate times just by myself. And boy, some of the scenarios I got into were freaking awesome. I can see why a lot of people are like, "Oh man, this game's so awesome because this shit can happen and that shit can happen." And the two best scenarios I want to talk about is whenever I get the fucking bush. It's so good because people don't expect the bush to kill you every time. It's like, no, that's just a bush, whatever. Walk, it's just, keep walking. It's like, no, this bush has a shotgun in it. Boom, bang, bang, motherfucker. Like, there's at least the time that I played with you and who was the other person
Noah.
we were playing with? Noah.
Yeah, and he's sitting there yelling at us.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, I have the bush, and wait, I have a trap.
I'm gonna go set this up. And then we're sitting there just being like, this is going to end badly.
Noah had said, good luck. And I was just waddling out there in my fucking bush camouflage. It's one thing that's great though is that when they came around to kill you guys or try to get you guys out of your cover, they just walked around me, and I swore someone was gonna walk into me and realize I'm not gonna be, you can't walk through a person in a bush. So I swore someone's gonna hit me or notice, and I was like, they should notice that I'm a bush here, and they're like, nope, just walked around. I was like, oh. It's just like, man, good thing I didn't move or I'd be fucking dead.
You did die.
Yeah, we all died at that moment, but it was a pretty good moment of like, they didn't know. Oh.
It was to explain to Allan what happened was basically the three of us were stuck behind trees. There was a fort in front of us filled with people. And all of a sudden that fort was being shot the fuck up and stuff like that. So me and my buddy are like, okay, we're going to sit behind the trees. Josh goes over to plant the bush, And then he's sitting there, and they're just like fucking like shotgun out, like looking for somebody because I think they heard him. And so I'm just like, okay, like we have to open fire now. So I just start shooting. Everyone starts shooting. Josh dies a horrible death. I get like one. Noah gets one down. We start murdering people. And then what eventually ends up happening is that like while we're getting shot and shooting everyone up, that draws another team over and they just wipe us out. It was great.
Yep.
It was the greatest game ever.
I just nod my head and go, okay. Because I actually, because you gotta realize, I actually don't care about Fortnite. It's a game that I look at and go, that looks like a fun game, and then I just ignore it. I turn around and walk away from it because it's a game that I just don't care.
Well, yeah, that's another thing. It's like that. It's generally my opinion towards it until Jeff was like, "Come on, it's free. Just download it, please." Just twisting my arm like just a little bit, and I'm like, "Oh, fine,
It worked.
I'll download it." And it's pretty fun. I like it. And friggin', it's just that I just like the little scenarios you can get into with the game of like you're raiding a house, you're getting your shit in there, you start hearing footsteps that are not your own, you freak the fuck out and you hide in a room hoping to God he doesn't peek in the room, or he's like just you hide in the corner and go, fuck, I hope he doesn't just look. Hope he doesn't look. And you just and then you're like, no, fuck it.
That's actually kind of the reason why like I don't think I could play Fortnite or PUBG. Like I see PUBG, I understand that it's actually like a pretty fun game, but I look at it constantly and I just go like I don't think I could get behind that game because it doesn't look like a game that's very fun to me. It looks like a game that's fucking jank as shit. And I know for a fact that Fortnite's jank as fucking shit because it's fucking Fortnite. Because Fortnite has the ability of you can make terrain and stuff like that.
Structures. You can make terrain and structures anywhere you want. I mean, there is some logic to it. It's kind of the same rule as what was it? I mean, the rule is basically once you start building a structure from the ground up and you keep building off the same structure, if someone shoots the bottom structure, the entire thing is going to fall apart.
I have seen people play Fortnite, and again, that's the reason why. Like, it looks like a game that could be fun, but I guarantee you for a fact it would be a game that I would never play because it looks fucking jank as shit.
It's not. I would say Fortnite's way better than it is PUBG. Because at least in Fortnite, it's polished, like really polished, and like I never felt like I was cheated at all. Like, if anything, it was like, oh, man, I didn't see that guy over the ridge. I know to look for that next time. Or, oh, man, okay, so there's a lot of people are going to have sniper guns because they're going to want to be sniping. So, yeah, I'll look for that, too. And then it's like, I just feel like I'm getting better each time I play it. Where I look at PUBG, yeah, you get better when you play it, when you play that game. But it's like so weird-ass shit what the physics are happening. And, like, when you get in a building, sometimes, like, items don't spawn, or you walk through the building that's supposed to be there and it's not there, or you freaking the weird wonky physics on cars are just not there, and it's just like, what? That game's way more jank than I think.
I like PUBG because, well, actually no, PUBG actually has a better shooting engine than like most games.
Yeah.
And like the car physics and stuff like that, it's attempts to be more realistic and stuff like that. It's attempts to be more realistic. And I don't disagree with your notion that like PUBG is, but like again, it's the Dota versus League mentality. Fortnite is free. And it's a very well put game.
The main reason why I can't get behind either of these games, and it's the reason why like I don't play much League anymore. I actually tend to play more like World of Warships, where it's like games like that. I tend to play games where I have like, this is how much health bar I have. Go once, blow shit up. Oh, look, you lost. Oh well. Okay, go to the next game. Have some more fun. But I look at like PUBG and Fortnite, and I just go like I can't see the appeal for them actually. Like I understand why people play them. I understand like what's the I get the reason why people play them and all that stuff. But I just, for me, I don't understand the appeal.
You just need to sit down and play it once.
I don't think that'll do a different thing for me because, like,
I think it would. I mean, we'll take it. I think you probably need to play PUBG first, maybe, and then they play.
Not happening.
Yeah,
you got to realize that. Like,
I mean, it depends. It depends on what you're looking for, because there's more realistic and there's cartoony.
Well, okay,
I mean, I prefer the cartoony one way over than the realistic.
You don't understand what I'm saying. Is I have played Arma. I played Arma back when that originally came out, and like I played that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And PUBG and DayZ and all that stuff are all kind of like based off like the Arma mechanics, and that's the reason why I can't get into it, because like Arma wasn't for me, and even now, like I freely admit, like I only played Arma because I had buddies who played Arma. It's not a game that I played for myself, so that's the reason why I don't play it.
Yeah.
Like the argument of, no, if you play it once, you'll play it. Like, no, like I've played games like them before. I don't play a lot of first-person shooters anymore because, like, I just don't enjoy first-person shooters anymore because a lot of them are just dull, drab, and any interesting mechanics they have you can find elsewhere. Like a good example being fucking Battlefield and Call of Duty. They're dull, drab, and they're just remakes of every year. But like, I look at Arma, I look at PUBG and fucking Fortnite, and I'm not saying these games are bad. I don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the games are bad. What I'm saying is these games aren't for me. That's what I'm saying.
That's fair enough. I would sit there and agree with that notion and stuff like that.
I was gonna say, so you're saying you're Hitler?
Fuck off! I have had that statement made to me once already. I don't need to have it from you.
Let's jump to the next topic, shall we? PUBG's fine. Fortnite's fine. Fortnite, I like it. Just get the bush and turtle. That's what I recommend. Get the bush.
Yeah. We could talk about Dark Souls.
Okay, so I have been thoroughly enjoying Dark Souls with Rory. But what makes it really funny for me is I'm playing Dark Souls with Rory, and we're doing this really, really hard boss. Like we're doing the Chaos Dragon Khemri, and he's like, avoid Calamity at all costs. And then the second time I ever see Calamity go off, I get fucking nabbed by it, and I get fucking killed. So I'm like, okay. So we go back in for this fight. Like I think this is like fourth or fifth time at this point we're going in for this fight that I've in my world. So we're going into it. We're about to engage. And then we see like, oh, he's standing up, and we're like, Roy's like, oh, it's just his fire attack. And then the guy Khemri comes down, and then immediately stands back up on his high lead and calamities him. And all I hear from Rory is like, no, my sweet hollow booty. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ! I stopped moving, and I was crying from laughter in the background as Rory is just picked up by this thing, gets this massive debuff put on him, and just promptly stomped to death. And then the dragon just came over and killed me. I was like, oh shit, oh dude, I can't even breathe right now. And he's like, I'm glad my suffering is for your enjoyment. It's like I actually had to stand up from my computer, walk away, go grab a drink of water, and come back and sit down to like I was just like crying because I'm like, that is like you can't write this shit. And like that's the reason why I'm enjoying this is I'm playing with, as I say, I'm playing through with Rory, and it's just I can't help but laugh whenever like Rory like something bad happens to Rory, because he just says like the most absurd things possible, and it's just great.
It's almost as if Rory doesn't understand the humor that is involving him.
He was supposed to be here. By the way, for those people who do not know, he was supposed to be here tonight, and he fucked off. Well, no, he's actually. I'm actually late for D&D, but that's beside the point.
It's weird. It's almost as if like we told him that he should be on, and started making accusations that he was hungover or something like that.
Oh no!
It's almost as if those accusations are true.
No, he's not hungover. I actually talked to him earlier. He's actually like doing what he needs to do, is because he's got Pathfinder tonight. I'm in his campaign tonight. I'm late, actually. I'm like a solid 20 minutes late.
Well, all I'm hearing is that we should wrap it up. So,
well, yeah,
yeah, wrap up that dick.
Wrap it before you
clean
tap
the base. Yeah. So Dark Souls is fun.
Yep.
Okay.
Before we go, Kingdom Come, Witcher, and Overwatch, and Siege,
and Siege.
I've heard nothing but good things about recent Siege.
I like games. Games are good. That's what I've been playing. Witcher, I'm going to try and complete all of the. I'm going to I've started doing stupid things in Witcher where I'm like, I'm going to clear this entire map. I'm not even done killing the Griffin yet, so fuck me.
Oh, we see you in another 90 years, I guess.
Probably. Kingdom Come, I have entered an underground fight league.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Say that again. I'm actually really confused.
You can beat the shit out of people and get coin. So I've been beating the shit out of people and then taking their coin.
Ah.
Yes. It's a part of a quest.
Cool.
And other things, Siege is still good. Overwatch, I haven't touched it since I got my last set of boxes, and I don't know. It's really funny when I get Diva and Mystery Heroes because I just seem to carry hard. Especially when your Mercy is, and it's really tragic when your Mercy is not doing her fucking job of healing people. In other news, Josh is a really good Mercy.
I guess whenever I'm Mercy, I actually heal people, which is odd.
No, it's not even just that. It's like I will die and right next to her, and then she'll just fuck off and not revive me, and it's like I have ult.
So it's kind of a challenge of which one should I heal? Should this guy?
Yeah.
This guy?
And
I kind of wish there was a button, or not a button, but something right next to their icon when you're resin them saying, "Hey, this is how close they are to our ult."
yeah.
So you can pick your favorites.
And in final news, Siege is really good, and it's not like dipping your balls into fire and watching them burn. It's especially funny when you're playing Kavera and then you run up to somebody and you just cut them like a fish. Because Kavera's really fucking OP and scary as fuck.
She is actually straight up fucking terrifying. Cause her ability is actually just the worst thing in the world. You're like, I'm fine. I'm just down, and oh no, you see her coming around a corner, and you're like, no, please, no.
It's especially funny when because your pistol does 99% damage, so you just blow the fucking brains out, and then you're like, shotgun.
No, my favorite thing with her is the fact that she gets the intel of where everybody is and stuff like that. But the thing that makes it really funny for me, and the reason why I laugh when I see people play her, is she has this animation where she goes through a full interrogation animation and stuff like that. And if you interrupt it with a shock, if you kill her while she's doing it, the animation just abruptly stops, and you can she just dies. It's just and you're like, huh, that was a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
She's absolutely terrifying. And then if you catch her while she's in the middle of the interrogation animation, holy shit.
Yeah,
I still gotta play that new character. I haven't done so. Gotta do it.
It's also really funny.
I forgot Siege got a new character.
Yeah,
but I'm okay with that because when Siege puts new characters in, it changes the meta entirely.
Nano Machine, son. Nano Machine, son.
All right, we should wrap it up, though. I need to get going.
Should we? Are we going to wrap it up?
Yeah, we need to wrap it up.
I mean, thank you for listening to the Black Mind podcast. This terrible disappointment. We didn't talk
disappointment.
We didn't talk about a lot of depressing things.
We did actually talk about a lot of depressing things.
Don't worry, it was political as all fuck. And I fucked off, so it was fine.
Josh actually took a shit.
Yep. Or just surf Twitter, then shit. Then surf Twitter again.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be fun next week. as I'm editing the show, and people are going to be like mad at me.
Yep.
And stuff
All right.
like that.
Let's just no.
Yeah,
Come
anyways,
on.
Thank you for listening to Black Mind Podcast. You can listen to us on Podbean.com every Thursday. You can also watch us on YouTube and other podcasting things. And more importantly, you can also subscribe to us and send us an iTunes review. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys, Josh and Allan, for being here and hosting the show with me.
Hooray!
And hope everyone has a good night. Bye.
One 140.
I really don't. I didn't touch it or anything like that. Hold on. In other news, I'm going to look at Retail Edge very briefly. Yes.
Trying to think if I did anything interesting this entire week. Oh,
Sargon versus Antifa, other bullshit related to that fun. Cleaning the basement, yay. Dark Souls.
Hello.
It's spelt wrong, and I want to do this, but no, it's T-E. It's fucking dumb.
Allan, you're going to be triggered by one of my topics.
Okay. If you don't know how to spell hypocrisy, I'm going to be very, very mad.
How do you spell hypocrisy? I'm going to look it up right now.
Hypocrisy.
Hypocrisy. Hypocrites. There we go. That I was way fucking off.
Yeah,
okay,
you were
on that.
way far off.
You have every right to be disappointed in me.
Oh, it's hypocrisy.
Hypocrism. Whatever.
It's well, if you really look at it, each word, like at the half of the word, hypo and then Chrissy. Oh, that's an easy way to spell it.
Ah! Keep fucking up on my stupid thing. Massive hypocrism. Oh, Allan, I got something really dumb that you're gonna have to explain to me how I'm doing this wrong.
Oh? I need to turn you down because holy shit, you are loud on my end.
Did it readjust my, I think it did. Hold on.
There we go. No, it's been a little bit loud for a little while now, so.
Okay. Maya literally broke in such a way where all of my control faces just went one direction. So I had to remove all of said control faces. I was hoping I would be done Golem by now. I'm not done Golem by now. I have some things I have to do too, so.
I thought I would be done of at least one thing, but I've been fucking sidetracked by work.
You didn't get anything done. Am I the only person who did stuff on the game this week?
Fucking
other than maybe Allan?
I've been busy cleaning and stuff like that all week. We have a spare room down here in the basement that I used to have the computer and all my modeling stuff in. And I've been slowly chipping away at that this week, as well as gym stuff and going out and helping my family with stuff. I've had
what else?
Really weird week this week.
Well, you can tell me all about it soon.
I will not be here tomorrow. I'm out tomorrow.
Right, you mentioned that.
Mm-hmm.
And Witcher.
Witcher's getting a TV show.
All right. And we're gonna have some fun. We should talk about the budget and the bill. You guys?
Huh?
Wait, who?
We should talk about the Canadian dollar, the new $10 bill.
Wait, what? What do they do to? What do they do to my $10 bill?
I think they removed this Canada's first French prime minister. Hold on.
Oh no.
And they put in a even Frencher Canadian?
No, they put a Nova Scotian in there. Civil rights activist.
A Newfie?
Yeah.
The new N-word?
Yeah,
Newfie?
the new N-word.
Viola Desmond.
They removed John A. MacDonald from the bill, I think.
No, I don't want anything to do with this.
You know how many people are going to care? But at the same time, it's like, what's wrong with the old one?
What is wrong?
Exactly. What is wrong with
the old one? The old one's only been out for like 10 years. Or not even 10 years.
Yeah.
5 years or 6 years.
5 years.
Yeah, it feels like we're flipping to new different bills every 5 years. It's like, do we really have to do this every time? Is there money that easy to fucking cheat? Like, what's going on?
I just don't understand why they feel the need to change it to a vertical format. It's like, yes, And it's like, no, you fucking idiot. You don't put money in a vertical slice. You put money sideways because that makes sense.
I mean,
it's asinining. It's like it's really is.
On top of that, it's the first black person ever
on a bill, and it's the first woman on a bill, and
no, it's not the first woman on a bill. Fuck you. The Queen has been on the bill all this time.
Hold on.
Yeah.
There was something really stupid I'm going to read, and Allan's going to
rage.
The first black person. Okay, yeah, the first black person, and the first non-royal woman. I don't know. I don't know. This entire budget lately, have you read the Canadian budget? I know Josh hasn't because Josh doesn't give a shit, but
I've heard things about it, and my response to it is I want to go into politics now.
I'm done.
Because you can do a better job.
No, it's not that I can do a better job. It's the fact that, I'm sorry, but, having a specific thing where you sit there and you say, we're going to try and make Canada more inclusive by exploiting everyone's race. That doesn't do anything. That makes the problem worse.
Mm-hmm.
And when you make the problem worse, and then somebody criticizes you, and you go, and your only response is one of your fucking MPs sitting there going, check your privilege, that doesn't make me want to vote for you anymore.
No.
I'm really fucking disappointed in my government when I'm sitting there going, why are you doing this? Why are you wasting this money? We can sit there and we can literally say we're making a game that's going to promote equality and get more money. I'm not going to do that because I have a fucking spine. And as much as I would love the money, I have a fucking spine. It's so asinining to me. It's like you want to make this country better. You fucking look at things that women are struggling at, and then you go, okay, how do we expand that? Or you sit there and go, okay, what are some ways that we can get more creativity going?
You know what's really funny? I can't help but giggle at a lot of certain things that happen. I'm just
done with
that. Feminists want equality in the workplace, but if you look at places like Sweden where they are like, yeah, no, we're going to get rid of all the gender, all the things like that, and then the disparity grew even more so. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh look, it's almost like women are drawn to certain fields while men are drawn to other fields. We actually have very little overlap in what kind of work we want to do. It's
almost like there's difference, testosterone flowing through our veins and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we have completely different genetics in general.
Yeah, it's almost like there's some difference between us.
It's It's like there's like a stick and berries, and then there's a cave in one leg, and there's stick and berries in another.
Mm-hmm.
Like between the legs, you know? Maybe not like a cave. Maybe more like it's a cave where there's a system of other caves where they produce like a bloody egg of sorts, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there's another cave. It's another cave, but it's not a cave. It's Inside Out Cave that shoots out waters at a time with giant boulders at the front of it, and it's a longer boulder coming out of the front, and it shoots out water mostly, but sometimes on that rare time, it shoots out white foam. So you got to watch out for that white foam, though. It can be pretty hot.
Hold on, I just realized something that pissed me off.
What?
Toyota Supras are getting a turbocharged inline six. Yay! No manual transmission. I hate everything. Fuck everything. Anyone who actually no. Let me rephrase that. I care, but as long as they put a dual clutch gearbox in it, I'll be happy, and I won't give a shit that much. But fuck, man, why the fuck would you just put a fucking automatic transmission in the car? Like, why the fuck would you put in? It's like
almost like
you want to sell more cars or something. Like, I don't understand.
It's like the general public doesn't know how to work a gear shift or something.
Yeah, it's like it's not that hard. You treat it like a fucking cock. You're gentle with it. You have to be gentle with it. That is the gayest thing I ever said on the show.
If that's
actually
the way you were taught how to drive stick. You know what? No, we're gonna make that a topic. We're gonna talk about how Jeff learned how to drive stick and how I learned how to drive stick. This is gonna be a topic we're gonna talk about because me and you got two very different teaching ways.
The clutch is the clitoris.
No. Yeah, okay. We're gonna save this. We're gonna save this for the podcast.
No, we can't.
Yes.
We can't. We have to get it out now.
This is the podcast. This is the podcast. Fuck it. This is the podcast.
This is the end of the show.
Oh my god. Okay, you want to know how I want to learn how to drive stick? My dad was sitting in the car next to me, and he said, "Just remember, treat it like how you would treat any woman, gently but firm." And I'm like, "Okay," and that's how I learned to drive stick.
That's the same thing.
No, it isn't.
That I learned how. That's exactly the same thing.
No.
My dad literally said, "You treat the clutch." You treat it like a fucking penis. Yes, because it's a stick that comes out of the ground, Allan. No, my dad actually did the same thing. He says, like, treat the clutch like you would treat any woman, and then treat the gear shifter like you have to ram that thing in, but you don't have to ram it in too hard. You don't want to break anything. And then it was just mainly playing with the car and stuff like that, and getting better and better and better. Practice makes perfect, right?
Yep. Yeah, just so you know, Josh, learning how to drive stick is literally a sexual innuendo.
It's very. You know what? Like, I want to see Josh learning to drive stick. But I don't want him driving stick on my car.
You'd be so impressed how fast I would pick up on it too. Because, again, my visual learning skills is through the fucking roof. So I'd be like, bam, bam, I know how to do it. And you're like, wow.
We have to do a series where Linus learns how to drive stick, and then we get somebody else to learn how to drive stick, because I guarantee you if Linus loses, I'm going to be terrible.
He's not learning to drive.
Anyways, we should sync and then talk some shit and...
Yeah, talk more hardcore shit. Right, I love this.
Syncing in 3,
2, 1.